All right. So, I appreciate y'all and your really, really good feedback. Thank you. Trying to keep y'all busy. So I just wanted to get a couple more done so that to start the week we had about a week's worth of stuff and everyone has all their different age group children and a few things to pick from. Oh my god, I did not realize how long it takes YouTube videos to upload. It's insane. Um, and I am not probably the most patient person when it comes down to technology stuff. So just sitting there and watching and waiting that little counter go across, it's almost done. But everything I'm getting from the rest of you, I really appreciate. So I was trying to explain to some folks that the school that I work at a Title I school. And I know a lot of my kids, as they went home last weekend, they didn't bring a bunch of art supplies home, or they already don't have it with them. So I wanted to do things that was going to be easy, keeping my students in mind. I've worked with them for 17 years. I know my babies very well. But there's a lot of you that are sitting out there watching this who also have some things at home or came prepared or whatever it is. So that's why I'm trying to keep everything really, really basic. It's simple so that you can do whatever you have with either some crayons or some markers, even just really a pencil if you just want to doodle. So, and if you are some folks that, whether you homeschool all the time and you've got all kinds of supplies, or, you were able to grab some things, whatever the case may be, I will do more in-depth and involved things, in the coming days or whatever. But this one's just really simple and just something fun to keep us all occupied. It's something that I even enjoyed doing as I was showing it to the kids. And there's no art history really behind it. It's just some scribbles and doodles, but it works with line and with color, our elements of art, line and color. So this is the finished product. It looks almost stained glassish. And when I did this one, I had all of my Sharpies because I'm a Sharpie addict. I love them. So I have a variety of colors in my finished one here. I don't have a whole bunch of Sharpies here at the house right now. During the school year, I take them all to school so that I can use them to do all kinds of things. So I'm just going to use my regular old Crayolas. So I'm going to have a lot less colors in the one I do here, but that's all right. Doesn't bother me. I did enjoy it. To get all these lines, each artwork is going to look a little bit different, which is part of the fun of it for the kids and for me too. I do like this one. What I do is I'm going to take my paper. See why the kids like this? I'm going to just crinkle it up. And every time you do, obviously, you're going to get a different outcome. The one thing I tell my kids is we're not balling it up to throw it out, so we do have to be gentle. And we're going to open it up very gentle. If you get a couple rips in the side, that's fine. Any sturdier paper is going to be a little bit better for this because you're going to be less likely to have a rip on the side. But if all you have, again, is just your notebook paper or whatever, no big deal. Just make sure you're very gentle with it as you're opening it. So I'm just going to flatten it as best as I can. Flip it over, kind of flatten it. And then what I do is I take my black marker. In that case, I did take my Sharpie, but this time I'm just going to use my regular marker because I'm working with you guys. And I'm going to try and find as many lines as I possibly can. And I'm going to start just tracing over them. And let me see. Let me move you guys down a little bit so you can see. Ta-da! There I am. And I'm just tracing over my lines. Now, the one thing I kind of tell the kids is you can vary your thicknesses and the thinness of your marker depending on how long of a line you're finding. So you see I've got a couple. Now if I find a teeny tiny line, I might make it a little thinner. So I stand my marker up on its tip. If I find a longer line, I might push my marker down and make a fatter line. And so that gives us a little bit more contrast, a little bit more interest. And they're just going to go until they find them. Obviously, some of your teenier, tinier lines, getting tongue-tied, you may not find as easy And that's okay. That's not a big deal if we don't find every single one. But you're going to find as many as you can. And it's like a little line scavenger hunt. So this is why I enjoy it. Keeps me busy, keeps them busy. And again, just telling them to work with their variety of lines. Now, once they start doing that and you've got a few going, obviously you can see what comes next. It's just filling in all of your areas. In using a few colors, you can have them tell them that you want to separate your colors. So if I color orange over here, I'm going to want to separate it, not put orange next to orange. Maybe put it on the far side of the paper, whatever it is. But keep your colors separated from each other. If you've got a box of crayons, once you're done with your black marker line, your crayons may offer you a few more color choices, especially if you just finished doing the 100 color challenge. You now know how to blend and mix your colors. That's going to give you a lot more color choices too. And so it's just something really fun. You could do it with colored pencils to color it in, whatever you have laying around the house. If your student has done any kind of gradient work yet, any kind of value colors, I've started working on with my 5th graders, being the lightness and the darkness of a color. We barely started touching on that when we got called out here. We were working with the colored pencils, how to make it darker and lighter with just the colored pencil itself, and how to add black and create a darker color. And so that might be something that your older students could try, getting the various shades. But as you can see, it's just a really, really bright project. It's fairly simple. It allows them to just kind of explore color and line. There's no certain pattern, but you can make it one for them. And mom, dad, it allows you to color and just kind of chill out too, because really adults, we need that. Art is a good way for us to kind of even ourselves out as well. So hope you like this. Just a simple little craft to keep you busy.